very interesting early morning news. We have the new Pokemon Pocket set. So let's see what we got. Okay, so it is going to be Gen 4, like the leaker said. He was right. We have Dialga EX here. Okay, Dialga EX, 150 HP, Metallic Turbo, 2 Metal Energy, 30 damage. Take 2 Metal from your Energy Zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Hey, we finally get some Metal support. About time. We finally get actual Metal cards. And then Heavy Impact, 100 for 2 Metal and 2 Colorless. Okay, so this is totally going to be dependent on what other Metal support do we have, whether that be trainers that specifically affect Metal or new Metal Pokemon. What Metal Pokemon do we even have in Gen 4? We have Magnezone, and I don't know what else off the top of my head. But we do have some Melmetal support finally. So at the very least, we know we have a way to power up Melmetal a little bit better. So maybe that's enough to just kind of make this decent. Not totally sure if that's going to be enough for Metal. I assume there has to be more Metal Pokemon, right? It can't just be Dialga. And I don't think that Dialga's quite going to get it done. 150 does 100. It's sort of like an Articuno that maybe you can power up 2 of a little bit easier because of Metallic Turbo to one of your bench Pokemon. Yeah, so it's not to any Pokemon. It can't accelerate to the Dialga itself. So yeah, we're going to have to hopefully see some better Metal attackers because Dialga definitely doesn't look like he's going to be winning the games. He's not going to be his own deck. We're going to need some other things to power up with his attack in order to make him a good card. Let's keep going, see what else we got. Obviously, Palkia makes sense. I wouldn't expect anything less. Okay, let's see here. Palkia, 150 HP as well. 1 water does slash for 30, and then Dimensional Storm, 4 water, 150. Discard 3 water from this Pokemon. This deck also does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so, 2 thoughts here. This could be an endgame attacker for Starmie, Vaporeon. Maybe we could just do without the Gyarados finally, because now we have like a potential late game sweeper. I guess not sweeper, a late game closer, because you're probably not going to be attacking with this thing more than once in that deck. The other thing is maybe we might see some sort of actual water acceleration that isn't Misty. Thinking like Blastoise Rain Dance, or if you're a newer player to the real TCG, the same effect that Baxcalibur does, whatever his ability is, where it just lets you flood the board with water energy, just continually attach them every single turn. Actually, that wouldn't work in this game because Blastoise and Baxcalibur are from the hand. So maybe a Pokemon that pulls a water energy from the water zone every single turn, or maybe an evolution type acceleration, something like that. I don't know. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use this Palkia more than once per game. Discard 3 is a brutal requirement when your only water excel right now is that Misty card. So I'm kind of expecting to see some new water acceleration out of this set. Maybe something from the Empoleon. Maybe Empoleon gets a little bit of water, or they could go Empoleon Steel type. I don't know if they're ready for that. I don't know if they're ready for making the starters their secondary type. It would be cool if Piplup was a Steel type. But I don't expect that to happen just yet. But yeah, maybe hopefully some water acceleration support for this card. Otherwise, it seems like it would be a decent inclusion in those Vaporeon style decks. I think you would have to play it. You'd have to play Vaporeon with it, because otherwise you're attaching all this energy to Palkia just for it to attack once. You're not building up anything else. Yeah, so I think Palkia is going to need some help in this set if we ever want to see play with it. I'm going to hope there's more cards. We still got half the trailer left. Only 2 packs. Okay, I like that there's only 2 packs. Genetic Apex having 3 packs was fine for the very first thing, but going forward, I like there being 2 packs only. That makes things a lot easier for just anyone opening packs, right? You can get a majority of what you need from the first one and then swap over to the second one. And then there's not, going through a third pack. It kind of makes it feel like there's, even if the sets are like split up, so the same size, so they're the same size of, what is it? Like if the card pool total is what Genetic Apex was, but it's just split into 2 packs instead of 3 packs, I'm still happy with that, because it lets you get more cards without, losing the chance of getting some other cards that you want. It's just a good thing. I like there being 2 packs. Okay, we got the starters. Makes sense. Nothing special here. Just a Chimchar, a Piplup, and a Turtwig. And a Pachirisu. Oh. Okay. Pachirisu EX. I don't see the HP on here. Maybe I'm missing it, but it's whatever. I'm going to guess it's a small amount. Sparking Gadget. 40 damage. If this Pokemon has a tool card attached, this attack does 40 more damage. Okay. All right, this is probably the most exciting thing I've seen so far. We're actually getting tool cards in Pokemon Pocket. We don't have tool cards yet, right? I'm not stupid. I know I haven't been playing as much recently, but yeah, no, we're getting tool cards. Okay, that's awesome. That means that everything's on the board. I'm so glad that they're actually bringing more stuff over and making the game just that little bit more complex. So we're still missing stadiums and special energy, and that might actually be it that we're missing. Besides like random mechanics like the Lost Zone, which I'm sure they'll get to eventually. This actually could have been a set for the Lost Zone. Probably would have overcomplicated the game a bit, but usually Giratina in Gen 4 is the Lost Zone guy. So, anyways, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, I hope they show a tool in this trailer, because I want to see, like, what are we talking for tools? Tools usually, some very common tool effects are something like an EXP share. You attach it to one of your bench Pokemon, and when your active Pokemon gets knocked out, you can move an energy to that bench Pokemon with the EXP share. Usually, like, damage modifiers, things like Choice Band, which allowed you to do 30 more damage to Pokemon, whatever the EX equivalent was back in the day when Choice Band existed. So stuff like that. You're looking at damage modifiers, energy preservation, things that give you free retreat or lowered retreat cost. Stuff like that is typically what tools look like. So I'm just excited for that. More options in this game is always good to me. And then we have a Leafeon and a Honchkrow. I can't say anything for the Leafeon, but Honchkrow has a skill dive attack, does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. I'm going to guess it's maybe 1 dark energy. I would really hope it's 1 dark and not 2 dark. He has 2 retreat costs, so like that could be the difference between him and Luminion. Luminion needs 2 energy, but Honchkrow has 2 retreat instead of Luminion's free retreat. A little bit of dark support, something decent. And then we have Cynthia. Okay. During this turn, attacks used by your Garchomp and Togekiss do plus 50 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. Dude, what? Why are we doing plus 50? How are we doing plus 50? Dude, Blaine's was plus 30. Plus 50 is a huge modifier. I'm gonna hope that Garchomp is great. So interesting. It doesn't say Garchomp or Togekiss EX. Now, I don't know how Pokemon Pocket does rulings, but usually if it says EX, it's like a totally separate Pokemon. So like Garchomp, like if this was real Pokemon, I don't believe that this would buff in EX Garchomps used by your Garchomp or Togekiss. Yeah, I don't think that it would. So maybe this is some indication that Garchomp and Togekiss are not going to be EXs, but I'm also like, I need to brush up on my Pokemon rulings. That's just how I remember it. I could be wrong though. Plus 50 damage is insane though. Cresselia, 20... Heal 20 from this Pokemon when I gain. I think it said it did 50. Doesn't look that interesting either way. Okay. Available on Wednesday, January 29th. And a new trade feature to be added on Tuesday, January 28th. Okay, cool. I mean, trading doesn't really matter for me as much because I have like basically everything, and I don't think you're able to trade for those, what is it? You're not able to trade for like the really rare cards yet, I don't think. You can only trade like basic stuff. So I'll probably just be using it to give away EXs in my Discord to some longtime members that still don't have all the stuff they need, whereas I have like 8 Gengars, so I have some to just kind of hand out for free. Dude, super interesting, super interesting. I'm pretty happy that it's Gen 2 or Gen 4 over Gen 2 because I recently just went through every single Pokemon Pokemon region to see like what one do I actually want to see next? What site do I want to see next? And when I went through Gen 2, I was a little bit disappointed. There's not as many cool guys in there as I thought. If you're curious how that ended, Gen 3 has the best Pokemon overall by far. Just by far. Oh, my cat's coming to say hello. Say hi, guys. Okay. I am a little bit disappointed. That means that we're not going in order. So obviously the next set after this is going to be totally like, it can be whatever. We don't really have any idea of what the set after this. But for this set, I mean, I'm happy it's Gen 4. I'm hoping to see some good Torterra cards, hopefully. I'm blanking, dude. It's too early in the morning for this. I can't even remember who's in Gen 4, but I like a lot of the Gen 4 Pokemon. So I'm pretty excited about this. Yeah, make sure you guys sub to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this new set. We're gonna be covering the new set as much as we can once it drops. So new decks, set reviews, all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.